He sits down, he's having a bowl of soup. He says to the waiter, waiter, come, taste the soup. Waiter says, is there something wrong with the soup? He says, taste the soup. He says, is there something wrong with the soup? Is the soup too hot? He says, will you taste the soup? It's wrong. Is the soup too cold? Will you just taste the soup? All right, I'll taste the soup. Where's the spoon? Aha.
Hi everyone, I'm Dom Griffin, I'm a film critic and you're watching the Armchair Auteur. This is an ongoing video series I do where we talk about new movies, old movies, screenplay analysis, that sort of thing. So if you like new movies and you like film culture and you like to see people pick those things apart, please consider subscribing. Today I'm reviewing the long-awaited sequel to one of the greatest movies ever made. That's right, we're talking about Amazon Prime's new release, Coming to America. Coming to America. I need to express to you all just how much I love the original Coming to America. I find it to be one of the 5 or 6 most perfect movies ever made in the history of the medium, and easily the best movie comedy of all time. Okay, maybe it's neck and neck with Some Like It Hot, but it's definitely jockeying for position. The premise, the timing, the gags, the genuine rush of beholding Eddie Murphy at the absolute peak of his creative powers, it's a delight. I literally watch this movie whenever it comes on TV. I don't care if it's edited with commercials, if it's already been on for an hour, I will drop everything and watch it to its conclusion. But sequels are tricky things. They're seldom worth the effort, and despite the fact that so much of the original creative team have returned for this endeavor, it would be an understatement to say the film comes with the weight of very heavy expectations. So does it measure up? The new premise is pretty simple. The same amount of time that has passed here in the real world has also passed in Zamunda. Prince Hakeem and his wife Lisa have 3 daughters, played by Kiki Lane, Eddie's real-life daughter Bella Murphy, and Kylie Love. But because his father, King Jaffe Joffer, is on his deathbed, their neighboring rival nation, led by Wesley Snipes' General Izzy, sees the country as ripe for the taking since Hakeem has no male heirs. Except, of course, that he does have a male heir. Through chicanery and retroactive continuity, he fathered his son while in Queens under some questionable circumstances, so he now must return to America to retrieve his rightful heir, Lavelle, played by Jermaine Fowler. The plot for the sequel is both a little too obvious, so much so that it begins a little rocky and feels like it's going to be a waste, and also exactly what the story needed to be. Often a sequel is little more than just retreading whatever worked in the first film, but with slight variations or a bigger budget and more spectacle. Coming to America, at first, feels a little like Ghostbusters 2, where it presents what you loved about the first one, just, you know, more of it, to the point that it's harder to care about its underlying issues. Just play the hits, don't rock the boat too much, and most audiences will be eating out of your hand. But without spoiling the entire movie, the narrative dispenses with a good chunk of what you expect from the sequel pretty early on, so it's able to settle into a fascinating and genuinely endearing rhyming piece. It's one of the few IP bait releases that truly makes you feel like these characters now are the characters you followed then, and that they've grown, but still have more to learn. Murphy and Shari Headley, in particular, are great, feeling exactly like the couple we fell in love with in the first film, but still compelling, even if their story isn't the core focus anymore. All the new cast members hold their own as well, particularly Tracy Morgan and Wesley Snipes, the latter of whom is having the most fun I've seen on screen since his last Murphy collab, the criminally underseen Dolemite Is My Name. Hustle and Flow director Craig Brewer, who helmed that film, is back here for this and feels like the right man for the job, since the original film's director is a murderer and the father of a sex pest and probably not somebody Eddie wanted back on set. It's obviously not as laugh-out-loud funny as the first film, and some of the jokes are pretty cringy and awkward attempts at relevance, but its warmth and heart really make up for any degradation in hilarity. If I had one major criticism of the film, it's that I wish Hakeem's daughters, particularly Lane's Mika, were more fleshed out and given room to shine. Lane is a total star, and Mika is pretty integral to the film's arc, but doesn't have the equal narrative footing with Fowler's Lavelle she ought to have. It just feels like kind of missed opportunity, and an area where the sequel could have done a good job of distinguishing itself from the film that came before it. But it's such a comfort to revisit Zamunda and this world and its characters and all the bit players. Like, if you're a fan of Coming to America, everyone that you want to see return comes back and is in this movie, except, like, Eric LaSalle. If you're, like, part of Eric LaSalle Hive, you're going to be thirsty by the end of the film. But everyone else comes back. There's fun cameos. There's a lot of good little bits. Like, it's what you want from a Coming to America sequel. And more than anything else, it is so thrilling to see Eddie back on top of his game, part of the Eddie Murphy renaissance, which I feel like we all really deserve after the lean years of Pluto Nash and Norbit and stuff like that. Like, he's never stopped being one of the greatest living performers on the planet. He just put out a lot of movies that didn't really measure up to his talent. And now he's back in that pocket, he's back in that sweet spot, and we're all the better for it. To be entirely honest, this movie could have been considerably shittier. It could have been genuinely kind of bad. And I probably still would have liked it as long as there was a bunch of Arsenio Hall bits. And as long as that he did his like fun, like Akeem voice. And like, this movie was Black Panther before Black Panther. And like, I love Coming to America. I love Coming to America now as well. And I'm just very happy that this didn't suck. It is truly a really fun film, if obviously a little unambitious. And that's okay. Coming to America hits Amazon Prime this Friday, so if you have Amazon Prime, you should watch it. Like, you should rewatch the original Coming to America. I'm pretty sure like 4 or 5 different Viacom networks are going to be running it throughout the weekend. But first film's great. This one's pretty good too. It's a good time. Like, we're hurting for new movies anyway. Just throw it on. It's you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna enjoy it. If I'm wrong, then sue me. But I think you'll like it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Hit the little bell icon so you get notifications when I put out new videos. And if you have any thoughts about the film or want to talk to me about anything, you can do so in the comments below. I'm always around. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well, staying safe, being good to yourselves and each other, and wearing your masks. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.